Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Lee's class. Today we're going to learn how to combine percent and how to find percent of a percent. Okay, so in some situations you need to find the percent of a percent and express it as a single percent. So for example, 65% of a school population is female. And 30% of female have blue eyes. What percent of the school population is girls with blue eyes? Okay, so what you have to do is, I want you to look at this. 30% of female. 30% of female. So write it down. 30% of the females. And we know the female, 65% of school population is female. So the female population is 65%. 30% of the female is 30% of 65%. And that is 0.30 of, in multiplication, in mathematics is multiplication. 0.30 times 0.65. And everyone, you may omit 0 below the decimal point. So it's basically 0.3 times 0.65. Okay, let's use a calculator to calculate it. Then it is 0.3 times 0.65. And that is 0.195. 0.195. Okay, everyone. 0.195. How would you change this to a percent? So you move two decimal places to the right. And that is 19.5%. So therefore, 19.5% of the population, school population, is girls with blue eyes. Let's move on. Example 1. Simply, you just change all the percent to decimals, and of is multiplication. So this is 50% is 0.5, 10% is 0.1. And use your calculator to find it out. 0.5 times 0.1. That is 0.05. And if you move two decimal places, that is 5%. Here, 25% of 60%. So 0.25 times 0.60. 0.60 is same as 0.6. So let's put this into your calculator. 0.25 times 0.6. 0.15. That is 15%. Alright? Okay. Look at example 2. An initial value of 2,000 is first decreased by 12.5%. And then the result is increased by 25%. Determine the final value. So 2,000 is decreased by 12.5% and increased by 25%. Okay, everyone, when it says decreased by 12.5%, this means you have to subtract this number from 100%. Okay, so everyone, always the starting percentage is 100%. So it's decreased by. If it is decreased by, is it subtraction or addition? It should be subtraction. Okay, 12.5%. And everyone, when you say increased by, then is it addition or subtraction? Increasing is addition, right? So you're going to, starting percentage is 100%. You're going to add 25%. Okay, so remember this. When you say decreased by, you subtract that number from 100%. And when you see increased by, you add that number to 100%. So let's calculate that numbers first. 100 minus 12.5 is 87.5. So this is 87.5%. And 100 plus 25, 125%. Is that right, everyone? So remember those two numbers before you solve the problem. So what you're going to find is 87.5% of 125% of 2,000. Okay? So let's find this number first. This is 87.5%. That is 0.875 times 125%. So move 2 decimal places. Then 1.25. If you change it to a decimal number, it becomes like this. And let's multiply. 0.875 times it by 1.25. So that is 1.09375. Right? So we found this number. So we're going to find $2,000. We're going to multiply 2,000 to this number. So let's find the answer. Times by 2,000. So that is 2,187.5. So the final value is 2,187.5. Okay? So remember this is really important. When it is increased by, you add that number to 100. When it is decreased by, you subtract that number from 100. And you find 87.5% of 125%. And you found this. And you multiply this to the initial value to find the answer. Make sense? Okay, example 3. So an initial value of 150 is increased by 20% and decreased by 20%. What is the result? Do you get the initial value? So basically 150, the number 150 is increased by 20% and then decreased by 20%. What do you think? Do you get the initial value or different value? So I want you to pause the video and I want you to try this question. Alright? Okay, let's do it together. Increased by, so that is 100 plus 20. Decreased by 100 minus 20%. So that is 120% and that is 80%. Okay, so we're going to find 120% of 80%. Okay, so 1.20. Again, you can omit 0 below the decimal point. And 0.80. Again, you can omit 0 below the decimal point. Okay, let's calculate it. 1.2 times 0.8. That is 0.96. So 0.96. So we're going to multiply 150. 150 times 0.96 and see what we get. $144. So the answer is 144. And we didn't get the same result. We didn't get the initial value. So the answer is no. We don't get the initial value. So why? Why didn't you get the same value? Alright everyone, we increase it by 20% first, and we decrease it by 20% next. So we increase it by 20% same number, so we decrease it by the same number. But why didn't we get the same result? Why didn't we get the initial value? Why do you think so? Why do you think? Okay, because everyone, this 20% is 20% of 150. And then after increasing this by 20%, you get a certain result. The result is, if you actually calculate it, the result is 180. And you're going to decrease 180 by 20%. You're not going to decrease 20% of 150. So you're going to use the result number, to decrease it. Okay? So they're using the different number. So increase by 20%, it is using 150. So you're calculating 20% of 150. And when you decrease it, you're going to use the result, which is 180. So you're going to decrease 180 by 20%. So that's why you didn't get the initial value. Okay? So you got 144 instead. Make sense, everyone? Okay, let's move on to letter B. 300 is decreased by 30%. Then the result is increased by 30%. So what's the result? Do you get the same? Do you get the initial value? What is the answer, everyone? Do you get the initial value? No. So let's do it together. Oh, I want you to pause the video. I want you to try it by yourself first. And then we're going to go over it together. Alright, let's do it together. Decrease by 30%. So you subtract 30 from 100. And increase by 30%. You add 30 to 100. Okay? So you're going to find 70% of 130%. Then that is 0.7 times 1.3. So use your calculator. 0.7 times 1.3. So that is 0.91. So 0.91 times 300. That is 273. 273. Again, everyone, you decrease it by same percentage and increase it by same percentage, but you get the different number. You don't get the initial value. Alright, everyone, that is it for today. I want you to start doing your homework. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.